Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin or Luna. So today's story is just one of those story times where it's just, it's one of those. I'm going to tell the story. I'm just going to get into this. If you like this, leave a like. Let's start this shit. So once upon a time, about 3 years ago, at my home, in my hometown, Luna went out. I don't know why I'm talking in the third person. I went out and I was at the store getting snacks with some friends. That was literally all I was doing this day. Just getting some fucking snacks. Sounds innocent enough, right? Now, at the time, I was living at the house I grew up in, so it was my mom's house, and she was at work. So I had the whole house to myself the whole day. No one else was around. My brothers weren't home. It was a great day. It was a fun day. And me and my friends came back to my house, and we were hanging out, just eating the snacks we bought, watching TV, just kicking it, listening to music, just kicking it. It was a fun time. Then we decided to go out again for about an hour, and we went and checked out this abandoned location that we've been looking at for a while, and we scoped it out. Nothing too cool. And then like an hour later, my friends dropped me off back home. So when I went back home, I walked up to the door. My friends pulled out of the driveway, drove away, and it was just me, okay? So just me, nobody else with me, just me. And I opened the door, and immediately I'm greeted to this random man sitting at my kitchen table with no shirt on. He was just wearing basketball shorts. And I was like, hey. And he's just like, what? Oh, shit, I'm so sorry. And he, like, puts his shirt on really quick. He had it on the table. And I was like, who are you, man? And he's like, is your mom's name Gwen? And I'm like, no, my mom's name is not Gwen. And he's like, oh, no. I think I have the wrong address. I'm so sorry. And he gets up, and I'm like, no, wait there. Because I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, this guy broke into my fucking house. Like, who is this guy? And I also thought it was someone that my mom knew, because at the time my mom was going through some drama with this one guy online, and he was acting kind of stalkerish online. So I thought maybe this could be the guy, like, trying to show up in real life, So I asked him, I was like, do you know my mom? He's like, no. I'm like, how do you get in my house? Give me one good reason why I shouldn't call the police. And he's like, just give me a minute to explain. I was like, okay, explain. How'd you get in my house? He's like, the back door is unlocked. I have text to prove that this is a misunderstanding. I had a date planned with a girl named Gwen who I'd been talking to online for a few weeks on a dating app. She told me to just come in and wait for her because we were going to, hang out or whatever. I'm like, oh, you hang out with your shirt off? He's like, yeah, listen, just that's besides the point. But she told me to wait here and just get ready for her because she was on her way home from work. And I was like, okay, what was the address she gave you? And he's like, isn't this? And he says the address. And the one digit was messed up in the address compared to mine. So when he said this, I'm like, yeah, you have the address wrong. My address is this. The address you're looking for is right over there. And I pointed to the right direction. And he's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Should I go over there then? I'm like, show me these text messages you have with her. Because I still don't believe this story you're telling me about a person named Gwen and a date. He's like, no, I swear, look at this. And he pulls his phone out. And he proceeds to show me text messages from the same day with a girl named Gwen. Telling him, like, be ready, I'm coming for you. Like, kind of gross. They were, like, sexting a little bit. I didn't see any, like, dick pics or nudes or anything. Thank fuck. They were just, like, being really, really flirtatious through text and talking about what they were going to do to each other, and made me really uncomfortable. So I was like, all right, I saw enough. And he's like, do you believe me? I'm like, yeah, I believe you, but just try not to let this happen again, man. I understand it was an accident, but, like, it's still pretty creepy. Like, I'm a minor. I walked in on you sitting at my kitchen table, home alone, with your shirt off. And you walked through the back door, all because your Match.com date told you to, and you didn't double check the address that you were at. You should probably double check next time, because I could have fucking called the cops, or my mom could have came home and saw a creepy man just sitting at the table waiting for someone to get there. Like, it's pretty fucking weird. He's like, I'm so sorry again. Like, this is so embarrassing. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Can I walk over to the house with you to make sure she actually exists? He's like, yeah. And that's what we did. We walked over. I met Gwen in person. It was a neighbor that I never met in my life. And I was like, hey, this is your date? She's like, yeah, that's him. I'm like, yeah, he showed up at my house instead of yours, waiting for you, ready, with his shirt off. And she started laughing. She's like, I'm so sorry I caused that. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Enjoy your date. Don't show up to my house again, man. He's like, yeah, I won't. And I was like, all right, have a good one, guys. And I walked over to my house, went inside, and just watched TV and tried to forget about what just happened. And my mom came home, and I told her the whole thing. And she's like, why'd you not call the police? I'm like, because, Mom, he was just waiting for a date. She's like, how do you know he wasn't lying? I'm like, because I walked over there and met her. And she's like, wait, really? And I gave her the house number. And she's like, wow, we must have new neighbors, because I've never met a Gwen in my life. And I'm like, yeah, I guess we do. I just met her today, though. She laughed at me because that happened. But yeah, just a fucking ridiculous ridiculous situation. Like, how do you even explain yourself in that moment? Like, he was expecting his date to walk through that door, ready to just jump on top of him, and a fucking teenager walked in and was like, hey, man. Like, that's gotta be a mind fuck. And just like, oh shit, I am going to jail. It's like reverse Chris Hansen. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the story. He didn't get the cops called on him because he was telling the truth. I verified that. And I met my new neighbor. So moral of the story is, look in your windows before you open your door. Someone might just be sitting at your kitchen table in his fucking basketball shorts waiting for a date. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the story. If you thought this story was funny, please leave a like on the video. Leave your stories in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.